You know how every car company has that one model that isn't about selling in big numbers or chasing speed, but about showing off everything the brand stands for? For Toyota, that's always been the Century. And now, the 2026 Toyota Century takes that legacy and brings it into a whole new era. The Century has always been kind of mysterious, right? It's not something you see on the streets every day. In Japan, it's the car of choice for government officials, CEOs, and even members of the royal family. It's Japan's answer to Rolls-Royce, except it doesn't shout about it. It's all about quiet power, subtle presence, and absolute craftsmanship. Now, for 2026, Toyota has done something bold. They've kept everything that made the Century iconic but wrapped it in a modern, elegant design that looks like it was carved out of luxury itself. It still has that big, upright grille and those perfectly straight lines that make it look like a moving piece of architecture. The proportions are stately, the chrome is just enough to give it a regal feel, and the attention to detail is insane. It doesn't need to scream for attention. It just owns every inch of the road it rolls on. And here's where things get really interesting. The Century is no longer just a sedan. Toyota has expanded it into a luxury SUV version, and this one is something special. It's still meant for chauffeur-driven comfort, but now it's got more versatility, with just enough capability to handle rougher roads or long countryside drives without losing its grace. So yeah, technically, the Century now has off-road ability, but imagine it doing that in absolute silence, gliding over bumps like a cloud. Under the hood, Toyota has replaced the legendary V12 from the older model with something that fits the times, a 3.5-liter V6 plug-in hybrid system. Don't worry, it's still powerful. You're looking at around 400 horsepower combined, but the beauty is in how it delivers that power. It's smooth, instant, and almost silent. You can drive it on pure electric power for about 60 to 70 kilometers, which means city commutes are whisper quiet. And when the engine does kick in, it's seamless. You barely even notice. It's exactly what you'd expect from Toyota's best hybrid tech. Step inside, and the magic continues. The interior of the 2026 Century feels less like a car and more like a private jet. It's pure serenity. The rear seats recline almost completely flat, there are fold-out footrests, and you've got these gorgeous new dimming windows that let you control your privacy with just a touch. Clear, tinted, or totally opaque. Everything inside feels crafted by hand, from the soft leather to the wood trim that looks more like fine furniture than car material. Even the air feels calmer inside this cabin. And of course, the tech is there, but in a subtle, elegant way. There's an 18-speaker premium sound system, big displays for both rear passengers, and all the latest connectivity features. But it never feels flashy or cluttered. Toyota designed this interior for people who value peace and focus, not distraction. What's really cool is that the Century isn't built like any other Toyota. It's assembled in a special facility by master craftsmen known as Takumi. These are people who've spent decades perfecting their skills. They inspect every piece of leather, every stitch, every panel by hand. The paint alone takes weeks to complete. The camui black finish, that deep, glossy shade the Century is famous for, goes through layer after layer of polishing until it reflects light like a mirror. That's why you'll never see a Century that looks cheap or rushed. Each one feels like it was made for someone truly special. And it's priced like it, too. In Japan, the 2026 Toyota Century SUV starts at around 27 million yen, which is roughly 180,000 US dollars. If you're importing one to Pakistan or another market after duties and taxes, that could easily go above 50 million rupees. But then again, this isn't the kind of car you buy to save money. You buy it because it represents something, tradition, perfection, and quiet prestige. Compared to the older models, the new Century feels like Toyota's way of honoring the past while stepping into the future. The old one was the perfect chauffeur car, stately, heavy, and old-school luxurious. The new one carries that same soul but adds modern technology, eco-friendliness, and a little more practicality. It's still made to be driven in, not necessarily to be driven hard, but it does everything smoother, quieter, and more elegantly than before. And here's the thing that makes me really respect it. While other car brands are chasing loud designs, massive grilles, and sporty vibes, Toyota is sticking to what the Century has always stood for: calm, confidence, and refinement. It's the kind of car that doesn't need to prove anything. It's the automotive equivalent of a Zen master: peaceful, balanced, and quietly powerful. Everything about the 2026 Century reflects that philosophy. The way the doors close with a soft, perfect thud. The way the car glides over imperfect roads without you feeling a thing. Even the little details, like the hand-polished Phoenix emblem on the grille, remind you that this car is built with purpose and pride. So, while the rest of the world keeps chasing performance figures and loud luxury, Toyota has built something that goes in the opposite direction, something soulful. The Century isn't about showing off, it's about appreciating mastery. It's for the kind of person who already has everything and just wants peace, comfort, and class in motion. And honestly, that's what makes it so fascinating. In a world full of cars trying to grab your attention, the Century simply exists, and somehow, everyone still stops to look.
So what do you think?
Does the 2026 Toyota Century deserve to stand beside the greats like Rolls-Royce and Bentley? Would you rather own this symbol of Japanese craftsmanship or go for something more European? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear what kind of luxury car you think captures true elegance. If you enjoyed this deep dive, make sure to hit that like button, subscribe for more car stories that stand out from the crowd, and I'll see you in the next one.